Oh, men lie. Okay. Niggas gonna nig.
Like the 1700s, like Bridgerton or something like that.
Come on, Bridgerton.
Allow the tip. Milady.
Oh my God. I ain't never letting a guy just put the tip in. Like, once the tip's in, damn, now I feel good. Okay, just keep going. Give me 2 pumps. No, okay. No, but I did, speaking of pumps, look at me. Here goes a segue.
Just the tip challenge.
Are y'all doing any of these challenges?
I would like to have 1 week of peace where there is no one challenging me to do any fucking thing at all. Can we just stop challenging me? No. The silhouette challenge, the busted challenge.
My knees ain't for the busted challenge. And then I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting. I just felt like Liv has the lights ready already. I swear you were gonna do some 90s inspired silhouette challenge. Not busted. I thought the silhouette challenge.
I could have seen the silhouette challenge.
I don't
yes,
have
you
much
do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. And you could have turned on your professional dance moves, and you could have given us.
See, that's maybe why.
But
you could have given us like stripper Debbie Allen with a red light.
Oh, that would have been good.
You could have done it.
The problem that I have is once I saw the silhouette challenge happening, I saw that like guys are giving tutorials on YouTube of how to remove the silhouettes.
So
it's turning all creepy.
So there's like now women saying if you're gonna do the silhouette challenge, don't be fully naked or even in any type of lingerie because men are removing.
Bro, we can't have anything.
They are removing the red light.
We cannot have anything. Women cannot have anything.
Also, is this red light a filter? Because I'm like,
it's a filter.
Girl, I was talking to my homegirl like, so everybody just got red lights in their house?
What app did this originate on?
TikTok.
That's what I want to know.
Gotta be TikTok.
Can I just ask a question? Like, and I want this question to be interactive for our fans and listeners. Like, for the parents, I thought TikTok was for the kids. Like, I thought TikTok was supposed to be a thing for the kids. And I see more adults. I see more adults doing like wild ass, provocative, suggestive challenges than I do anything else.
If they didn't think we was the aunties before, you saying that just made us the aunties.
Auntie.
Nah, because
I thought it was an app for the kids.
I really do. First of all, it's called TikTok. Like, there's nothing that TikToks when you get to the auntie's age except your joints.
I mean, if you from the South, the TikTok is a dance, baby.
That's if you from an island, the TikTok is also a dance.
You know, TikTok. Let's go. Yeah, no, I don't know. Are you guys? Clearly, you're not on TikTok. Liv, are you on TikTok?
Clearly, TikTok. I have no followers because I don't post.
Oh, I'm not on.
I'm not on TikTok. If there was a challenge, if it was a don't join TikTok challenge, I would win. If there was a don't join Clubhouse challenge, I would also win.
I'm one of those that I guess. I'm on that hypocritical line. I was like, especially when all the stuff came out about TikTok, that if you sign up, they get all your information. Yet here I go with 3 Alexas in my house. So
right.
So just like
Alexa, volume 8. I was sitting there in the middle of a sentence, and Mandy's like, Alexa, volume down. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Jane Jetson. It was a lot. No, I'm not against it. I just think, I don't know.
I joined TikTok because my daughter loves TikTok.
See?
And so we share weirdo videos that we laugh at together.
That's what I thought it was for. And now we got naked grown-ups with red lights that can be removed on TikTok.
So I actually asked her, you know about the silhouette challenge? She's like, no.
She lied. She lied.
She didn't even blink. She
said, no. You sure? Well, that's a good answer that you say you don't know, you don't do it. But
what are those conversations like? Because of course I couldn't imagine right now being a mom with a teenager.
No.
What are the busted challenge? Would you have allowed her to do the busted challenge?
No, absolutely not. But she's also not that kind of kid to be curious about, showcasing yourself. Like she's very demure, reserved, all that stuff, whatever.
Good, because I wasn't. I was on MySpace in a club with my fake ID type, just looking like a grown ass woman, doing some shit I shouldn't have been motherfucking doing. Yeah. So I just think about like the kids now.
I got a good kid. So
no, and it's not to say the kids participate in that.
Keisha, don't beat me up. Your kid ain't bad.
Nobody's kids are bad. Let's not do that. No.
Shit, the hell they are. Fuck them kids. Yeah. Kids be bad as fuck. Oh my God. I be having to be like, girl, you better, because kids become adults, bro. They just become bad adults.
I had a really interesting conversation with my mother about that the other day. Because she was asking me, she's like, having kids is just the greatest joy in the world. And I was like, yeah, but what if your kid is a dickbag? Like, What if your kid is a real asshole? That's
stuck.
not a good. Yeah, like you don't feel like shit as a parent if your
No,
kid is bad?
do you not see all the serial killers where their parents are like, I can't believe
they be stressed out. That's what that is.
I feel bad.
It's not like they feel bad. They feel bad on some like they are stressed. They tried their best. Like they don't know what else to do, and they're so remorseful. That's what it is.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They aren't really in a place where they can just be like, you know what, fuck, I fucked up. To the world, they're just like, fuck.
I'm like, oh man,
Mendes brothers, I created them. You know,
Charles Manson.
Right.
God damn it.
Fuck. You know? So
It's
like that.
All right.
But yeah.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's get started, baby.
Yeah.
Here on a Sunday, baby.
Oh, you little
How
mess.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Jigga, jigga.
This is a good little mix.
Cute. You know, I like wordplay.
Yeah.
I like
That's
mixing
my
for people
thing.
who like to think, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to
Ain't big a nigga.
Yeah.
Pockets on jigga, jigga, jigga.
For those of
You
y'all,
did this, bitch.
Yeah,
Thank
for those
you,
of y'all
boo.
that are not tuned in to the audio and you're only on the YouTube, I turn into Mandii. Only on the YouTube. You're gonna have to log on to Apple Podcasts to get this mix because this mix that Liv just dropped
you
is
did
fuego.
this.
And it's on SoundCloud. Everybody keeps out every week. Where's the mix, Liv? Like, I literally tell y'all every week. It's on
Every week.
SoundCloud.
Every
Yeah.
week. SoundCloud
have to
should
find
really do
Olivia
a special. SoundCloud should do something special with Liv.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is cute.
I'm here for this.
You know,
is a
I'm
vibe.
here for a bag.
Now you know we can't be on here talking about 8-figure niggas because the 200,000 hurt some people. So
I mean,
Look, I set my standards. I was asked a question. I'm gonna keep saying that. I was asked a question and I answered it.
Listen.
And it's not necessarily about me looking for a man with money. It's me understanding where I am and where I'm going.
talk your shit,
And
queen.
I need somebody to match that.
amen.
Amen and amen. Because it is Sunday.
It is the Lord's day.
It's Sunday.
It
We're recording
is.
on a Sunday, guys.
Yeah,
So,
we came in a little early for y'all this week. Yeah.
Well, we're about to hopefully, if by the time y'all are listening to this, we made it through 2 feet of snow.
We'll be snowed in.
I don't know. I'm kind of excited to have a snow day. Like when it snows, it's like,
You know what? I am too. The only reason that I can tolerate and stomach the wind, suffer through the winter, is if there's snow. I think snow is so pretty, and I really that's the only time. Because the last week, I had that seasonal depression just kicked in the high gear and was like, damn, man, it's really cold. I don't want to go outside. Everything is still closed. Restaurants are still struggling. It just felt like all of the weight of the cold and 2020 and the loneliness and the, people are freaking out about the vaccine and there's not enough vaccine. My mother signed up to take the vaccine and she was super excited that she's number 832 on the list. And I was like,
that's a low number.
That's a low number for New
amazing.
York. Absolutely.
I said 832. Her friend is in the 500. She was like, this is going to be great. I hope that I get it by March. I was like, all right, well, me
I'll
too.
say even with
Me
the
too.
seasonal depression, that's the thing too. This whole month has been a lot for me. But even when people are telling you, well, do something you love, do something that makes you happy. And being here in New York, traveling, you feel guilty to travel. So
Every
I don't
time.
want to travel. And it makes it complicated to travel overseas now. And then I really just enjoy bar hopping or being with my friends, but in drunk lit environments. And that's not an option here in New York really. So it's just the things that I would do to get over depression or anxiety or just a slump aren't an option for me. And all of my friends that I do get lit with is in Atlanta. And I really feel guilty if I try to go to Atlanta.
Right.
So it's just listen, I don't know what to do right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still acclimating back to life in New York because I lived in LA for 10 years. So for me, coming back to New York was somewhat of a homecoming, but also most of my network from my career has been in LA. So most of the friends that I would go and run and go work out with, all in LA. People that I would go to dinner with if we wanted, we were talking about having a shoot. I'm like, damn, my makeup artist that I was always using here one moved to LA, one moved to Atlanta. I'm like, okay, hairstylist just moved to Miami. I'm like, yo, every single my network here looks totally different now.
Yeah.
It just looks totally different. And so I feel like even though I have moved back to, you know, obviously the place that I'm from, there's still that element of newness that's like,
oh yeah, it's
I
super
can't like connect with people the same way and rebuild and massage those relationships that I once had because there's no opportunity to.
I never really left New York, and it's very new right now for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe that.
Very new. Like just seeing when I was growing up, or even in my 20s. Like now, I have no immediate family like that. Maybe like 3 or 4 family members, and my family is huge. Everybody.
Where is everybody?
Atlanta,
Yeah, where's
Atlanta.
I was like, where'd they all go?
Atlanta or Nashville. They're alive, guys. Don't worry.
I know. You were like, I have almost no immediate family, and I have a huge family.
And I was just like,
Jesus Christ, where's this going?
Yeah.
Where's this going?
I thought it was about to get dark.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, we got
Oh
on
no,
black,
guys, I'm not that morbid. Come on.
Like I'm dressed for a dance break, not a funeral.
You are desperate. You are.
I am. I got my sneakers on,
yeah.
my leggings.
You are giving fly
I
girl
thought it
right
was
now.
a onesie.
I missed the memo.
the all black. This came in.
This was accidental.
Damn.
But also it was in my mind, I was like, it's gonna be snowing. I don't have any like cute snow attire. I'm like, let me
Neither
just
do
do all
I.
black. We're just gonna be safe. I have no winter clothes, I realize.
Me neither.
I have been living in sweatpants and leggings for 4 months because I have lived in LA and we don't have snow in LA. I had to go buy snow boots. I was pissed off at myself. I was like, this is ridiculous. What kind of New Yorker am I that I have a shearling coat and mad, 2-piece short sets. I'm like biker shorts and a sports bra. Where the fuck am I going in that?
Where?
The gym.
Where am I going? To the gym. And I can't even take that to the gym because it's 19 degrees outside. So I'm not wearing that to the gym.
Facts.
It's ridiculous.
So like, I've been like honestly obsessed with. Well, y'all know this.
Yes.
Obsessed
Yes.
with 90s.
Yes.
Yes, we just know. Yes.
If you,
But
the
I
fly
wanna-
girl reference. She was like, yeah, she came in looking like a fly girl. I was waiting. I was waiting for some in living color music break. Yeah, or
give it
some
up.
music from Breaking 2.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask, like, do you feel like you were born in the right time frame? Do you feel like there was a decade that you should have been a 20-something in? Because mine is, I should have been born in the 70s, so I could have been a 20-something in the early 90s. Because I would have give my best living single, Nia Long, Halle Berry, Strictly Business.
We know.
Yeah.
And then become a mom and be Felicia Rashad.
Yeah. I can
Claire
actually see
Huxtable.
that.
I would do all of that.
I've always felt that way about the 70s.
You would have wanted to be grown in the 70s?
I would have wanted to be in my 20s or 30s in the 70s, and then be like I'm 34 now. I'd want to be like 34 during Studio 54 days.
Ooh,
Like I would have loved to be around. And you know what? Who knows? I might have tried it. I might have said fuck it, YOLO at that point in life.
I think I would like to.
Hey,
Is this really happening right now?
I don't know what's going on.
hey, Joe.
Oh, did he leave something? Oh.
Yes. He left his hat.
Damn.
God, like for real.
And it's
He was
not
so
a
scared.
fedora.
No, it's the beanie. This is the Joe beanie.
He was.
This is the Magic Scully.
I'm like, what is going
really
on?
Thought something.
You just made me
happened.
so nervous.
Yeah.
I was like, Joe.
What?
Well, no, because you came in with urgency. I thought there was a
Yeah,
like you
you
came
did
in
come in like
there was a
something.
fire, like something had to be unplugged.
I'm trying to stay out of women's business.
Thanks. Bye.
Just getting my hat. Love you all. Bye.
Love you too. Stay
Don't
safe.
love Olivia more than anyone else.
Oh fuck. Bye,
They're all
Joe.
the same.
We love you.
Thank
yeah.
you, Joseph.
At this point, the narcissism of him showing up every week and getting his voice onto our pod. Jesus
This is the
Christ.
third week in a row.
In a row.
In a row.
Jesus
In a row.
Christ.
Just, I mean,
In a row.
if you love and miss us, just say that.
Just say it.
Right.
Just
like,
say it.
if you want to sit in with us because it's cold
third,
at home.
Third week in a row.
In a row.
In a panorama.
Yeah, like it's totally okay to sit here with us at Panera. In the Panera.
So what part of the 70s though makes you want to be a part of that?
Late set. I loved the music. I loved
Okay.
Saturday Night Fever. I loved like Marvin Gaye singing the national anthem at the NBA games. You know what I'm saying? I loved that era. Like I loved the bell bottoms, the high waisted pants, the feathered hair, the Farrah Fawcett looks. You know what I'm saying? The Charlie's Angels moments. I was just loving that. I love that. It was
I can
sexy.
dig that. I can dig that.
Boogie nights. You know what I'm saying? Some roller skates.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
I need to go buy a new pair of roller skates.
Yes, I do too.
I love that we are all so different.
Roller skating
I love
has
it.
been like a thing over the summer. I don't know if you guys like seen on social media, like especially Instagram.
Where
a lot of women have been buying roller skates and doing like videos
my friend
and stuff
Durant,
like
my
that.
friend Durant has been on his page every day. Just
I love Durant.
Yes, you see Durant in his
love
living
him.
room with his roller skates. And I love it. It's sexy. It's really it's fun.
I was born in in my right time.
Yeah.
2012.
2012.
So 2012, I was 22. I actually love being a 90s baby, what I got to experience. I mean, even just me growing up where I had a cell phone in middle school. And I mean, I was coding on my MySpace and all of the social media apps. I loved it. And then even when I think of the past, even there was just a photograph posted of Beyonce from 2009 and 2019. And the idea that her and J-Lo were thick. This is you. This is me.
Oh my God.
This is me.
This is her.
Can y'all come? Really? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the shit though.
This is what we doing?
Yeah.
Chain.
Gold all in my chain. Gold all in my ring. Gold all in my watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Nigga. Don't believe me,
No,
just
seriously.
watch. No, for real.
I love my era.
For giving it to Bruno to make a hit record.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. I loved, I just kind of liked everything that was a part of me growing up.
I was here for Donna Summer and Donna Summer's Cher coming in with just a full sequin pant. First of all, I love a
Mackie.
Bob Mackie.
And what he did.
I'm just obsessed with a pantsuit. And the 70s to me always gave me, it was a high-waisted,
Girl, I'm 5'1". Ain't no pantsuit here, bitch. Ain't no pantsuit here, bitch. I can't wear no wide
I live
leg.
vicariously through Bridget.
That's cute.
I'm 5'8", so a pantsuit,
I can't do it,
swimming
sis.
in these pants
yeah,
right
I
now.
can't do a pantsuit.
It's a beautiful look though.
And then to be fair
Jason
too,
Lambert, once again.
when I look at all of the past generations, like being someone who
shout
has
out Elliot. Come on.
being someone who's like been up and down with her weight.
Yeah.
Big girls, we in style. Thick girls, thighs and hips and ass is a thing over the last decade that is more appreciated than I think it was in the past. So I feel like I've been able to flourish how I've needed to flourish in the
I also
past
think I need to be a 20-year-old in the 90s because I don't really gain weight that much.
Oh yeah, you was it. Skinny girls was
popping.
it, bitch.
You didn't have to have no curls,
no tits,
for the 90s.
no ass.
You could be in spandex and a flannel, and you're lit. It wouldn't have mattered. It would not have mattered.
And natural hair, no
Natural
lashes,
hair.
soft makeup,
all knee along,
I gotta do
everything.
nothing.
You could just show
You
up
just wake
bad.
the fuck up.
Show up bad as hell.
It's a lot more work now.
It's
a whole lot more work now.
Yeah.
Like the lashes.
Well, yeah,
the,
I mean, even
the
when we
makeup.
were talking last week about this, or a couple weeks ago about sexiness, right? And like who we view as being sexy. To me, is so much the beautiful thing about women. And we have to take a minute to really just acknowledge how phenomenal and perfect women are. Because there's so much other bullshit going on surrounding women right now, especially Black women, that we just need to continue to radiate as much positivity as we can, because what we consider sexy is different too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not about necessarily a body shape or a body type or even an age. It really or a race. It has to do with what you exude as your authentic self as a woman, and that can be sexy. You know what I mean? Without even trying.
No, I
That's
agree.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
I agree. And I guess if we're on the topic, I did want to say, because again,
Segu.
yeah, y'all knew me with my little Segu. We gonna get into the little meat of the meat that happened, I guess. And before we get into the meat, there's actually no meat here involved, but I want to give a shout out to, of course, Karen Civil, Ming Ling.
Yeah.
They are
Girl, I guess pod. Our sister pod.
Our sister pod. We have a sister pod.
We have a sister. And somehow with the same dad, but maybe a different mom somewhere in there. You know, it's Joe.
Maybe we adopt. We all adopted.
Yeah, because Joe is the mom and the dad at this point.
And I wanted to bring them up because there's been clearly like a divide where people have tried to pin us against them, but also just there's been a lot of nastiness with how we've been treated as far as in this space with our launch and being accused of things, and also just women not wanting to support until they realized we weren't competition to them. I just feel like that's even something Karen's experiencing now with another Potter. And I just think I don't understand why genuinely women have a problem genuinely supporting other women. And it's like, it's almost all the time connected to like competition. Yeah. As if we all can't win, as if there's not enough money to go around, as if we can't succeed in the same space as another sister doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't know. I think I would like to see more of it.
I also think it's because for women, we don't feel like there is enough money to go around for us because we've been left out of so many of the money conversations for so long that now that we're a part of the conversation, now that some women are at the forefront and leading the conversation, I think that's scary to some men, but also scary to other women because it's new to watch and experience still, which that's the sad part to me. It's like it's new to see women in leadership roles and women taking charge and women really taking the initiative to put themselves on the map financially. I think Karen's one of those women. So, that trickle down effect of either being inspired or you're either inspired or intimidated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the side of right is the inspired side, versus feeling like, if she does it, then no one else is going to do it. If they're going to pick her, they're not going to pick me. And I think
a lot of women think that way.
Well, of course, but and not just applying to our industry or our situations, but also just in any line of business or work with women. I think women have been left out of the conversation for so long that the minute one wakes it in, we feel like there ain't more room. Right, that we're not in control of who gets let in and put on. We're not in control of that. And if a woman gets let in and put on, there's no guarantee she's going to pave the way and hold the door open for the rest of us. There's no guarantee of that. So, I mean, I think that there's a lot of messy shit going on right now surrounding
messy as fuck.
It is.
Not even just surrounding podcasts, just surrounding women, period.
I mean, and we wanted to even touch on it. I know last week there was the story too with Spinderella not being included in the biopic of Salt and Pepper. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing too. She came out and was like, they are legends that were built upon a women empowerment type of messaging, and yet they disempowered her. And I think that that's the thing too. Like, I was in a Clubhouse room the other day and it was just talking about, and I think we even maybe had the conversation about the fake women empowerment, even brunches, and how also people are just capitalizing on women wanting to feel in this space of a sisterhood that doesn't stem from people being genuine, period.
I don't know if that's fair. Because I think too, when you're creating a space, when you're the creator of the space and you're creating a space for women and for people, I think you should be somewhat in charge of what women you want included and what women you don't.
Right, because it's not necessarily a situation where you're going to flow and ebb and bond with every single human being.
Okay, true.
In these spaces.
True.
So you have to be selective sometimes because you're not gonna gel with everybody.
But also, and that doesn't mean that the women empowerment is fake. I think the inclusion can come across fake.
That part.
I don't think the empowerment is fake. I think genuinely most women want to see other women win by default.
Okay.
I think innately we do want to see other women win as women. But I think it gets a little tricky if we're not included in that same, if that's not reciprocated, if that same grace is not granted. Right? It's like you want to support that. We always see people posting that stupid ass quote online where it's like, oh, fixing another woman's crown is not going to, move your own or shift your own.
I hate these memes. I just hate them. What the fuck?
With the cartoon.
Yeah, like with the flowers and the fucking cursive writing.
And the stairs.
Bruh.
Not the bag.
Right, the stairs with the bag and the A-line skirt and the top knot. I hate that fucking meme. Who created
They're
that fucking
stepping into
meme?
the new year, leaving the baggage behind them.
Let's how we leave that meme behind challenge. Fuck. No, but it's true. I really do believe that women want to see other women win, except if it means that there's going to be exclusion. We don't want to be excluded. It's like I want to support another woman as long as I feel like she's not going to turn around and be like, I support everybody but you, bitch. And then it's like, well, damn. Because,
I have to definitely agree with that.
As an artist, I have felt that way because I've always supported people that I genuinely liked. I've always supported art that I liked. I've always supported artists that I liked, whether they were nice to me, whether they knew who I was or didn't know who I was, didn't give a fuck one way or the other. I never expected anything in return where that was concerned. Okay. Never. But I've also seen people support what they think is popular to try to get the attention of other people. For the sake of saying that they knew first or they've always been, I've been supporting since day one. And it's like, girl, like, were you? Like, you were just present. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were just around. Like, people could be, people that are around you aren't always with you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole bar.
You was around. You wasn't shooting at that.
You was around, but you wasn't with me. You know what I'm saying? You might have been doing donuts in the parking lot in your Sentra, but you wasn't in the gym with me.
Right. Well, y'all make sure y'all check out Girl I Guess on Thursdays and on the network. On the network, okay?
And none of us are dick riders, and none of us are clout chasing, and none of us give a fuck about any of that shit that y'all talking about. At the end of the day, we are Black supportive women that want to see other women win. And if you don't, then you're trash, and you have no business being anywhere next to, close to, around, in proximity to us or the Girl I Guess pod.
Mic drop. Say that.
If you're not supportive, you cannot sit with us. Okay.
There we go with that one. I guess, where do y'all want to go next with this?
Where do we want
to go next?
Speaking of women, let's just keep it on women because I watched the Wendy Williams movie today.
Oh, okay. I like where we going with this one. Wait, why the face though? So can I just say, I do, if you guys haven't been able to watch it yet, it came on Lifetime. Yes. The Wendy Williams movie, which was followed by a doc where she was speaking her own truth. And it kind of like journeyed her from a kid into pretty much a lot of her radio
her bio.
Career.
Bio.
And then a lot of her relationship and a lot of personal things.
Oh my gosh, yo, alignment and timing. Yo. So I don't know why I'm reading my email. Something told me, go look at your emails.
Did you get an invite to the Wendy Williams show?
No, but I do get emails from the Wendy Williams show.
No! Wait, you subscribed?
The first season of her show, I was in the audience. I was an audience member.
Oh my God.
So that you got to give your information, your email. Stuff like that. So they've been sending me emails for years. I don't know why. As we're talking, I kid you not, look.
That's your funny.
Best shot. You want to date Wendy, take your best shot. It's lonely out here in these streets. Wendy is looking for love.
Okay.
Like,
the email that's going out after we all just watched her ugly cry on this documentary.
And the week that she wanted all of us to know that Method Man slid up in them guts, like, sis, okay, she definitely wants a man.
Hold on.
She's letting them know she got slapped by Method.
I want to set the
that man is fine. Let's not sulk, but that man is gorgeous. Respect to his wife, but God,
I can't speak on that because my man's gonna be pissed.
My bad.
Method Man is
that man is gorgeous.
He is a good looking man.
Hold on, I want to read this.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Like Wendy always says, if you want to find love, you have to cast your rod in a lot of ponds. If you are an eligible bachelor, want to date Wendy. Now's your chance to take a shot. Send us a 30-second video explaining why Wendy should pick you to date. We'll show your most impressive video on the show, and the top 3 guys will come to New York and appear on the show for our dating game.
Oh, no.
Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
She is really looking for love, honey. She could just swipe.
She looking, She looking. Wow. That's crazy.
Wow.
I just opened this email.
Wow.
The fact that was your song choice.
Wow.
It's just so telling.
Careless whisper.
I will say, because her divorce is so recent, I'm not going to lie, I do feel like there's a lot that she has to work through with what that relationship seems to have put her through, that I think maybe she needs that time for herself right now. I don't know. What are your thoughts with that?
That's always my go-to. I mean, after a breakup and stuff like that, it's
22
been married
years.
for 22 years. That's a very long time.
She was a victim of abuse.
She was.
Yeah.
And I think that was the hardest part to digest, was that I watched the movie thinking it was going to be primarily about her career, because she had so many run-ins with celebrities, and she had so much beef and drama with people. You know what I'm saying? Like when Total showed up at the radio station wanting to jump her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a real thing. And so she had beef with Hove. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There were a lot of people that she really...
Hot 97. The entire staff and building had beef with
like,
Wendy Williams.
Wendy
in the 90s.
Wendy was a target for a minute. You know what I mean? And I really thought that was going to be the focal point. And the movie really was 95% about her abusive marriage, which was kind of disappointing because... And I understand the reason, I guess, around it too might have been because no one's given her the mic to be like, all right,
say
sis,
your piece,
like share your drama. You know what I'm saying? Tell us, spill the tea on yourself. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? No one's ever done that to Wendy, so she did it to herself. And I think the focal point being the relationship was kind of whack, because it just felt like, damn, I'm just watching her get abused. I mean, from the loss of babies to the constant embarrassment and infidelity, and then entrusting him even more with her career shit was like, girl.
And see, I actually saw it differently.
Go ahead.
I didn't think that it was much about the marriage as much as it was about this woman who shared, of course, the fact that her family didn't support her as far as even how she looked with her weight. Then showing that she was raped after her first gig in the industry from a celebrity and still pushing through and moving for that. Her second celebrity boyfriend, he apparently, even while she voiced it, may not have known that she had an abortion until maybe he watched the show. Because she said that he didn't even know. He didn't even know that she was pregnant. And then, you get into the start of her relationship with her marriage, but through the marriage, she was still working. Going through,
but we saw a lot more of, most of the interactions were with her husband. They weren't with like any actors playing the artist, or there was any of those interviews. It's like the phone calls and stuff like that, and that might have been from like issues with clearance and licenses and things like that, where they might not have been able to use people's names and likeness, but. I don't know.
Sure of that.
Yeah, I feel like that might have been more of the case. I just thought the majority of, there was the first half hour was about, her weight challenges and then getting into radio. And then she was in New York and dating Kevin within 30 minutes of the movie. And we're like, Jesus, I mean, you were 12 10 minutes ago.
She literally.
You know what I mean?
I guess the focal point was to really focus on her personal life, because she never really gave that. She did, actually. She did on the radio.
She gave on the radio a lot. She talked about
her
miscarriage,
her plastic surgery,
all that stuff, whatever.
Very open.
She gave it, but I guess because everything fell apart in the marriage, she really wanted to give her audience an insight of her perspective of how everything went down, and have a little sympathy for Wendy. She has spent the past 30 years, dishing the dirt on everybody else, but now it's her time to dish the dirt on herself. That's what, in her mind, that's essentially what everybody wants, for her to say, hey, karma came back and it got me, and this is what happened to me. I think that's where her mind frame was. So now y'all can be nice to Wendy. Yeah. Cause
now y'all can be nice to her, because now you see how human she is.
Just live tweeting during the movie. Like, I'm live tweeting with other people from New York that, listen to the radio.
We all love Wendy.
We all
what? Wendy, Miss Jones.
So I know
Angie,
of Wendy when she got on
Buck
TV.
Wild, Angie Martinez. Like, if you were a woman and you listened to the radio, that's what you were getting.
That's what you're getting every single day.
Yeah.
Every single weekday on the radio. It was Angie, and there was Wendy. You got Miss Jones in the morning because she had her own morning show. Yes. So it was a great balance of seeing all of these women just thriving on radio, and we're all getting their perspective and their own special, unique way of how they serve to the people. But we didn't see the interaction of what really went down on Hot 97 as to why she got fired.
Right.
There was a whole lot of drama surrounding that.
We didn't get into, I don't know, I guess it's hard because in the movies, right? Or at least documentary wise, I always look for the things that are redeeming about the person that I didn't know prior to watching it. And I felt and not to say that she needed to be redeemed in my eyes, but also, but more so to point out, like, I didn't leave with any feeling of like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't know this about Wendy. It was like, no, we knew, we all had some idea that her husband was cheating on her and hurting her and abusing the relationship, and she couldn't let it go, and like that kind of stuff we knew already. So I was hoping to see more of, I mean, the first 10, 15 minutes, she's being, tormented by her parents for being a tall, awkward, in their eyes, abnormally sized kid, which I think is the stupidest thing ever. But
that's right.
But also to go from that, and then it just jumps to her first job, and then she gets raped by an artist, is like, where do we go from there? Creative, like, because to me, I thought that was setting the stage for, okay, so she took that L, which was awful, and she didn't tell anybody, and she's, you know what I mean? She suffered in silence. What was the next career move that she did after that? And went and I feel like we only scratched the surface.
I agree.
Like we didn't
I agree.
get
I mean,
into
even for her childhood, you went from her breaking the chair again, spoiler alert, but you went from, again, her battling weight to, well, guess how I combated my weight? Taking coke. And then you literally,
like, what?
You go from literally her being 12 years old at a birthday party to her snorting coke
after college.
And it's just like, okay, yeah, slow down. But you do have to realize too, there is only so much you can capture.
Right. And Wendy, been a miniseries.
Well, and Wendy was an EP on this.
I would have loved a miniseries.
So I would have loved a miniseries.
Yeah, because
too.
it's also Will Packer.
Oh, him too. Yeah,
Will
he was a
Packer
part
was
of
an
this.
EP on this. I felt like a miniseries would have been great. That would have been a job well done too.
Directed by Darren Grant. Yeah. So
it's a lot. It's a lot.
And
of
it's
good black
Lifetime.
talent.
It's Lifetime. I mean,
there's a lot of black talent behind this movie, and I essentially was entertained because it was the most entertaining Lifetime movie that I've ever seen thus far. But it was
like
lacking.
the TLC one.
I tried to watch the documentary after, but all the tears within the first 5 minutes.
It was a lot of
like,
tears.
I'm gonna have to come back. I'm gonna have to come back here.
It really did, like you said, it really did feel like it was, let's just give all the sympathy to Wendy of all that she's been through. And the story lacked accountability in terms of, I would like to see her perception of what transpired in the breakup or the firation of Hot 97, because I want to see what was going through her mind when she revealed that Angie was dating Q-Tip, and when she was saying this, the gay rapper and all this stuff or whatever. Like,
with Red Alert.
I would want to see what her perception was of why she did these things, and even if it's just I knew I needed to do this to get ahead and make my own mark. Right. It would. I feel like,
that to me would have been the redeeming moment for her. That would have been. I agree. We all know a woman or two that has been that has stayed too long in an abusive relationship. Mm-hmm. So to watch that over again, that's not the part that made me sympathize. I wanted to it did, but I wanted to sympathize with maybe her sense of humanity in going through that behind the scenes, and then also grappling with the truths that she shared with everybody, and having some sense of, like you said, sympathy or empathy for any flames that she might have fanned throughout her career.
Maybe because she was hurting so much.
Yeah, maybe that's why she just
exactly.
couldn't.
And I will say that too. That
people hurt people.
That's a thing with a lot of women who are married, or a lot of people in long-term relationships. They look at the time invested as meaning so much that they don't want to let go. But she clearly was very familiar at the fact that he was a cheating man. And so the idea that it was the baby that broke the camel's back, that was maybe where her boundary lied. But it's also like to where, we saw her go and get tested. Well, my man is cheating and I don't know what his other woman is doing, so give me an STD test. It's just like, it's almost like it was self-sabotaging herself. And again, there was no accountability. It didn't seem like she really drawed the line. She stayed with him every single time. A baby is what happens when two people have sex.
She put her foot down for putting foot down's sake.
Right.
Yes.
And it was never a moment where we at least saw that, okay, she's putting her foot down, understanding what she's brought to the situation, even though absolutely wrong, should never put hands on anyone, male or female, but
also
really understanding how to get over this without just being the victim of everything.
And she intertwined him in all of her
All of it.
Ladies, and more ladies.
I learned my lesson in that situation.
Do not.
I've been there before.
Do not, please do
Don't
not,
do it, ladies.
do not appoint your significant other
Say it again.
to manage
No, ma'am.
and completely handle everything in your career.
But not only that,
You can't do that.
Don't put your credit or something to where it can be ruined by someone else in the name, like the credit card with the rental that she gave to Eric B, I guess.
I'll give her a pass. She was super young.
Y'all give
She
a
was
pass?
young.
She
Yeah,
was
she was
super
young.
young when she did it.
Okay.
She was young when she
The
did
thing
it.
that drove me
Alright.
crazy was the wherewithal.
That part. Just that part.
Nah, because the wherewithal on the first date with Kevin. So we in this car, but is this car in your? Do you have a girlfriend? Is there a girl that thinks she's in a
Do you
relationship with
see
you?
all the? She did ask the right question.
Is this car in a woman's name and is the woman your mother? If it's not, who is the woman? You know what I'm?
No, that is
Correct.
She laid it out up front, which I mean because she learned.
Right.
She learned.
But she didn't because she asked all those questions, knowing good and well, because she even says it later on in the movie where it's like, I knew he was a thug, but I felt safe. At what point during abuse do you not feel safe? Like at what point it was abusive? It was abusive shortly after all of that stuff. I think you hit it on the head though when you said that after all those years, it was one of those things. It's like you're just so loyal to the mistake that now you've gone through so much with this person and all of the losses of children and you know what I mean? It's kind of like that's why that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
But also Liv comes in and talks to me about meditating. To be fair too, we watched this entire show. Kevin didn't lay his hands on her. So to be fair, a lot of women don't understand what emotional and mental abuse looks like because we think of abuse as something being physical or sexual.
Right.
So what he did with the gaslighting
there was
all of that.
no therapy at all. She just went straight to rehab. I was like, wait, what?
Why are you in AA?
How did you get from drinking wine?
Right.
Drinking wine.
Cheers, ladies.
No, cheers and
Sorry.
no.
We can't cheers. So
Why can't we cheers?
Why we can't cheers?
We're not cheersing to AA.
We're not
That's
cheersing to AA.
No, and we're also not making fun. No.
Also, I don't think I've ever heard
but
AA so many times in one day.
It's really to indicate. Oh my God.
Sorry, wait. I mean, we cheers. Oh, wait.
Shout out to
We're
everybody
aunties. Yes, we cheers
battling
with
their
wine.
demons with AA.
But it's also just because
You
you
are
drink.
strong. You are
Yes.
worthy. You can get through this.
Yes.
All of
You
that.
are not alone.
Oh, somebody calling
Oh
you?
my gosh, not now.
Well, it is
They called me
Sunday.
back like 3 hours
Listen,
ago.
they did-
Oh.
you dating?
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
okay.
No,
My bad.
it's
You
not-
know, I
it's
was
not a
like, I
date
was trying to
call.
get the tea, girl.
I know. I was like, well, this
I
is
have no
usually
way.
our day off, so we about to be all up in Liv's business on Sunday.
Oh no.
Yeah, nah.
dry.
It was interesting, but yeah, everything that y'all are saying. And sorry, we did cheers at the wrong time talking about. Hey, go ahead with your point that she ain't do therapy, Bridget.
No, I noticed that there was no point in time. There was nobody else in her ear.
She ain't have no friends.
She have no friends. Nobody else
There's
in her
not one
ear
friend.
that could be like, sis, maybe you should just get a therapist. Maybe we should burn some sage in here. Maybe we should change the locks and tell him to go.
There's a struggle there in terms of like she wants to figure it out. She wants to move and move on and be better. But even because I watched the documentary afterwards, it was her being interviewed by, I guess, one of the producers asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the part where the person's like, "Okay, tell me who you are," and she just starts
bawling, which is
But-
so devastating. That
Yeah.
part really, I was like, I can't watch this right now. I can't.
It's
Mercury's in
bad.
retrograde. I gotta watch it
I
another time.
know, girl, we gonna be in retrograde from
Till the 21st. Please don't rub it in. I can't.
Yeah, but like just watching it throughout, because I was watching with Twitter, with Tweetnet's family, and just watching the rest of it. She's literally laying on the couch, and this
She
is
has
her.
her- she has, like-
that was her.
She has like
therapy session.
water compression,
lymphoderma.
lymphoderma. She has lymphoderma,
Yeah,
like
one of them words.
things, a machine on her legs to help circulation. She went through a
That was
lot,
her
man.
therapy session because
Yeah.
she's clearly not doing therapy.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Uh-oh.
As girlfriends,
Yeah.
is there ever a time where you can step in or when you feel comfortable stepping in and being honest with your friend if they're in a bad situation?
Yes.
Yeah, I do it all the time, actually.
Even if it's not a bad situation, if you just don't like him and you don't think it's a good, and you're seeing red flags that she's not seeing, do you chime in?
Well,
Yeah,
to be fair,
that's your friend told me to fuck off.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you too.
Are you still friends with that girl?
Nope.
Wait, really?
Jesus Christ.
So I'm not gonna lie. I've been one of those to where the problem is, and we brought it up maybe in episode 1 or 2. Your friends share a lot of the bad things in their relationships. So as far as red flags, a lot of times we are receiving everything that is red flags because that's what a lot of our friends share. Girl, this nigga did this. Girl, he did this. Girl, he did that. They complain to us about their partners.
Right.
So a lot of times we see when a partner ain't probably the best for our friends. And unfortunately, we're all adults. And I know I've been that one too. It didn't matter how many times all of my friends said a nigga wasn't good for me. I wasn't going to stop fucking with him until I was ready to stop dealing with him.
Right.
And so I've learned to just relieve myself from those conversations to where I'll be like, girl, this nigga ain't no good for you. But you know what? I can only say it once. So guess what? When we have conversations moving forward, I'm good with, I don't want to hear anything else about your relationship. And so I just exclude even our conversations from being about that relationship, because as friends, there's so much more to talk about now as adults.
Of course.
You have jobs, you have dreams, you have goals. A lot of my friends have their own businesses.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, because you talking about this man that you probably won't leave no matter how many times I tell you to. It's draining for me. And now I'm taking on
and you don't
a part
have
of your
that
relationship
wedge.
that I don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to be fair, I think is what we can do as friends is let them know that we are here for them. But I think as women, we've all had those toxic relationships. And to be fair, it don't matter how many people around us tell us it's toxic. We gonna stay until we finally realize it. And that's the unfortunate part, because by then sometimes it could be too late, whether it's an abusive relationship mentally or physically, or, you know, and so that's the part that sucks. It is, you know?
Yeah.
I tried it.
You did.
Bitch said fuck her. You hating on our relationship.
Not you hating.
God.
Oh, see, there we go.
He definitely not my type. I'm trying to save you, because, I mean...
Wait, she thought you wanted her...
I don't think she thought that I wanted him. I think she just thought that, you know, oh, Liv is single. She don't know. No, like, he's just giving all the vibes of a fuckboy. I'm trying to save you, sis.
Take the life preserver.
I know. I'm proficient in that language. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
The fuckboyness. Fuckboy 101.
And that's who we be falling for, too. Ugh.
I mean,
Well, not no more. I grew out of it. Thank God.
yeah, I was gonna say I haven't fallen. No,
For the ladies listening, we know we don't really know the demo just yet, but for the ones that may be young that haven't reached auntie level yet and learned from the past, like, we gonna share with y'all how, like, you gonna regret so many things and so many partners and experiences where it's just like, what the fuck was I thinking? I really thought I loved that man, and
Y'all
you
know
did.
I got stories for days.
yeah, there's a couple people I'd like to unfuck.
Oh, a whole bunch.
Yeah, I could think of a couple.
And there was a tweet that went around, like, have you ever just sat and thought about, like, your partners and been like, what was I thinking?
Those are the times where I just choose to meditate.
Should have zipped my pussy up for that
Sit
one.
down and listen. Think about that shit.
Man, they fall off after 7 years. That's what I heard. It's credit. They gonna fall off. The bodies fall off. My problem is I got bodies from high school. I was still fucking in my late 20s. So it's just like, fuck, they still there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm like one of those that just kept, if it was good, and I don't really fall out with people. So if it was good, if we were in the same city or around.
Damn.
Oh, I know. I was
That's
literally
too long.
There's literally men that I was fucking for like the time span of
Not
like
your
14
whole
years.
20s?
Whole 20s.
Wow.
Whole 20s. Whole 20s.
Damn.
Girl, men that I had met in my teens. Easy. I don't know why I did that. I think it was just safer than just meeting. Like every time I had new dick, it was
9
bad.
grades.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Like
you could have learned algebra by then.
bitch. No, seriously. And I don't know. I think I just, you know, I'm also one of those people that every time I go to a restaurant, I order the same shit.
That's 2 cycles of things dropping off your credit.
Cycles, bitch. Listen, they went through me through like 4 different cities I lived in.
That's over a decade.
I dealt with like a few dicks for over a decade. Yeah, like I just kept them around.
Why?
No dick gonna stay with me over a decade unless I'm legally attached to it.
I know. And no legal nothing. And some of them I didn't even like to be around. It was just only sexual chemistry. Y'all never
Ain't
been
enough
attached to
sexual
good
chemistry in
y'all
the
never
world.
y'all never been attached to good like sexual chemistry with someone?
2 years,
yeah, but
max.
I was in a relationship with.
Oh, yeah, nah.
It wasn't that. It wasn't
nah.
like.
Really? Am I the only one? This is why, listen, we get the whole spectrum with us here.
I know. Liv is horrified. I'm jealous. I'm like, really? You had that many good dicks in 14 years?
I did. I did. It was a lot.
Damn.
I know. Anyways, guys.
Jesus.
My bad. Was that the snort?
Yeah.
Who just snorted?
Olivia snorted.
Go ahead. Give us that.
Are we really getting to that point in life where we snort when we laugh?
Auntie vibes.
Auntie music.
Let's go.
I'm a nerd. That's
I guess it is music time, huh?
I think we should get into our freshly squeezed.
Time.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna hold
This
you.
was kind of a quiet
These
week.
oranges was brown this week. It's not real fresh.
Not feeling too fresh.
With the squeezes.
We're giving juice shots instead of squeezed.
We're giving
juice.
high C orange. We're giving, what is it? Yoo-hoo. What was that orange drink that was like that? That was
Tang?
Like, Tang. Oh, was it the Tang?
Yoo-hoo was chocolate.
Yoo-hoo was chocolate milk. My bad. I'm trying to get into my childhood, y'all.
High C.
High C. But like, it just wasn't good. That's what this week's
Sunny
music
D was too. It was
Sunny D.
Sunny D was thick.
That's what I'm talking about.
How are you like? Who thought of Sunny D? Sunny D was thick with no pulp. How did that happen? Somebody make it make sense.
Sunny D was disgusting.
Sunny D was big whack. Tang was a vibe though.
Unless Sunny D, you want to come back and sponsor See the Thing Is.
Oh God, no.
They need to.
Bitch, we wouldn't be able to talk through that.
Kill our viewers.
They need to sponsor
And our
themselves.
listeners.
They'll sponsor a diet, Sunny D. Don't sponsor us.
Nah, but there wasn't a lot of music this week. Not that it
More
made
TV
me-
shows and movies. Which
Oh
we'll get
my
into
God, I
next.
was so happy for all of that. What you was jamming to this week though, Liv?
I was jamming this shit. I listened to no
Liv
music.
was making money on the stock market while the rest of us were sitting there like,
we gonna talk
3
about
plus
that
3
shit.
is 6. 4 plus 4 is 8. Mandy and I were still trying to figure out all of the
this
words
shit.
for PEMDAS. We were still working on.
I'm like, hold the line, hold the line.
And I was
like,
like,
Liv.
did you catch a fish?
Is this the Pythagorean theorem?
Yeah,
Liv was over us
You
in the
could
group
not
chat.
tell me I was in the Wolf of Wall Street this week. Like,
See?
this is a good one.
Oh man.
So like literally, I've just been listening to one of my favorite Megan Thee Stallion songs. It's called "Last Week in Houston, Texas."
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I've been listening to lately. Just
I like how this starts.
Doesn't sound like a regular Meg song.
well, it's a throwback Meg. This is her "Make It Hot."
This
That's
feels
what
like,
that's
feels
what
like
we
a,
love,
feels like a
some
Chad
Meg.
Hugo beat.
This is the Meg I like.
Yeah, I like this.
Every other fucking night, is always eating cheese eggs.
What a bacon
Don't
at?
know me.
Every night she was eating cheese eggs.
She was too broke to provide and afford the bacon.
But cheese eggs sound kind of.
I mean, I eat cheese eggs.
Where the mayonnaise?
I
toast?
make
where the
cheese
mayonnaise
eggs.
sandwiches?
Mayonnaise.
That's some. No.
She could afford eggs.
Oh, okay.
$1.69.
Okay, and you could get eggs on Wick. You right. What?
But yeah,
Okay.
some throwback
I have
Meg last week
PTSD
in
around
Texas.
mayonnaise sandwiches.
I know you do. That's why
have
you don't like
PTSD.
nothing white. And I have PTSD around hamburger helpers. So we
like if we had to go
that's
on
on like
Fear
cheese
Factor,
eggs. That's some good food right now.
when I have to explain to people what my issue is with white creamy food, and people ask, I have to compare it to Fear Factor. I would walk away from $10 million if I had to
Really?
sit in yeah, because you know how they put people in like the above ground pool with roaches
You
and
gotta
like
put on goggles.
you gotta eat scorpions. You know what I'm saying? Like silly ass shit like that. Like if it was like, ma'am, you have to sit in this above ground pool full of mayonnaise, and if it gets in your mouth, you have to eat it. For $10 million, I would walk away.
Really? Oh, you're really traumatized.
Have
you brought that up in therapy?
No,
You
I
probably
haven't.
should.
I mean, but it's all white cream, so it's like I don't like whipped cream, so it's not a taste thing. It's
don't
really
like
like
Cool
a cream. Cool whip. Sorry.
Wait, not even tzatziki sauce?
Shout out to Stewie. No,
I love tzatziki sauce.
I can't do. I don't
that?
like vanilla
You don't
ice
know
cream.
what tzatziki sauce is?
I don't
Ooh, look
know,
at me.
girl, I'm from Flatbush.
Look at me.
I don't like
please.
ranch.
The Jamaican restaurants do not have it.
I don't like ranch. I don't like blue cheese. I don't like sour cream. I don't like cottage cheese. I can't.
You
get with
don't
it,
like
bro.
everything that I like. So tzatziki sauce is like a cucumber dill yogurt. Like it's a
I
Mediterranean
don't do
dip.
yogurt either.
Oh, okay.
So delicious.
Okay.
It's great.
I don't drink milk.
I don't drink milk either.
I like almond.
I can do almond sometimes in a smoothie, but yeah.
Oh, y'all, look at us. Auntie talk.
It's not healthy.
I can only do almond for my almond keeps me regular.
No, but for real, I didn't know that I was lactose till like my mid-20s. So it hits you later on.
It does.
Like
Yeah.
even the acid reflux I talk about, like baby, you eat a little different. You know what I mean? Shit. Bitch, the Mexican restaurants be hurting me now, baby.
Yeah.
Like mild, please, mild. Not spicy.
Mandy trying to slow her roll on her way to the upper room.
I guess I'll share
What were you listening to?
I ain't gonna hold you. I was watching TV. I wasn't listening to it.
Yo.
I didn't listen to no new music this week.
I was watching TV and recording pods. I mean, shit, I
You
did
recorded
what,
8 pods the other day.
I recorded 6 in one day.
Well, 6 is the same as 8.
Is 8.
Because I got on the phone with you and you sounded like you've been smoking for 15 years.
The next day, I was like, I can't talk.
I lost my voice. I was like, oh, let's just text.
It was bad. So I'm a fan of Pink Sweats, and he dropped a song with Kehlani, which she is almost, I think she's second to my Lil Baby drops on this pod. Like it's always either a song with Lil Baby.
She's third.
Or a feature with
Mulatto is number 2.
Oh, Mulatto's number 2. Yeah, my bad. So Kehlani number 3.
Yeah.
But she dropped a song, so I will play it now. It's At My Worst. Pink Sweats featuring Kehlani. And it's a cute little bop. You know. It's real poppy. Mm-hmm. It reminds me back when I worked at retail. This is what I would be folding T-shirts to.
Oh, that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
This is very American Eagle Outfitters.
I'm triggered right now. I hated retail.
Is this not a retail like loop where you know you're hearing it 3 times?
I have a story when we're done.
Well, you know what? Listen, we're all triggered right now, so go ahead and share this.
So,
Live story time.
Live story time.
This is more important than the song.
So I used to work at H&M. This is like a couple years ago, maybe like 7 years ago or something like that. And I helped open the, which location was it? The downtown Brooklyn location. So they trained me
Right, where 21
yeah.
Century or whatever used to be 21st. Yep.
They trained me at the one in Herald Square. So they're training me, blah, 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 so on and so forth. I don't know what, I think I DJ'd the night before or something like that. And then went to work the next day. Let me tell you how I was sleeping standing up during training. And fell over.
Wait, during training?
In the store?
In the store.
On the job?
Wait, were your eyes open? Do you know how to fall asleep with your... That's what you needed.
I didn't know. I was so tired. I fell over on the pile of shirts while our manager is speaking.
No. Wait, you got to keep your job?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
I just told him I'm tired.
But in
The
retail, and mind you, again, y'all know, half Jamaican, I've had every job y'all could probably think of, but I worked at a shoe place, so I worked at Champs, but I also worked,
did too.
And I was the stock manager at Diesel at Lenox Mall, and I used to be tired, but when I'm in stock, bitch, I'm going to act like I'm folding some shit.
What was your worst? What was your craziest job, man?
My craziest job lasted for one day. This is literally how much I work. So I moved to Atlanta, and I was literally, by the end of it, I had 3 jobs. I worked at Diesel, I worked at a call center, and then I ended up becoming a bartender at the Congress Center. But between landing all those 3 jobs, right after the call center job, I responded to one of those ads on Craigslist. So I responded to an ad on Craigslist. And so what I ended up, listen,
2010s you ever heard.
That's me. Wait, and this was 09.
Bro.
This was 2009.
Oh God,
It was. So
the Craigslist killer time.
Listen, so I graduated in 09. So I moved to Atlanta. Y'all, I got to the job, and they're pretty much selling it like, you can make $1,000 a week. You can make, our top person makes, it was one of those like incentive-based jobs. Bitch, I go get my equipment. Finally, I'm matched with another person. I go to a gas station and I am selling like cleaner, windshield wiper cleaner and power steering fluid to people that are coming into the gas station to pump their gas.
Like they don't buy it on their own.
No, seriously. But this was like some sort of like type, and literally I sold 2 that whole day, but I was like on clock for at least 6 hours. And in 6 hours, I made maybe $22 because it was incentive based.
Right.
There was no hourly.
It's just a sales job.
Never, bitch, I said I won't be coming back tomorrow.
Honestly, when you
that
said,
was the worst job.
When you said Craigslist, I thought you were gonna tell me you were selling knives. Remember the
Wait,
wait, there was a what's the name?
What?
What's the name of
This
it?
is a Brooklyn shit, because look, the cameraman knows.
Something, but there was a company that would like recruit people or hire people
To sell knives?
To sell knives.
Nah.
Yeah.
In
Wait, what was
2009, it was no.
Wait, can y'all beat power steering fluid at a gas station? What was y'all's worst job?
It was that. Oh, I was a pest control dispatcher, but I'm gonna get to this. That was the best. That was the most exciting, ridiculous job I ever had. I was a dispatcher for that.
I forget the name of it, but it's something with a V. Y'all gonna come in the comment section and
selling
let me know.
the knives.
But
the other thing,
if you know. They hit you up was like, join our team, and it was incentive based, commission based, and you sold knives.
Cut code is vector based.
Vector.
Wow.
Vector. They definitely try to recruit
So
me.
if y'all want to send us knives and sponsor,
not only that, I will say, and
there is a heightened level of crime against women in New York City. We would happily accept your knives.
It's crazy because I know that we are going to get into just stocks and investing and how to flip money. I was also one of those that was, you should be here. What is it? The ventures.
Oh my God.
Travel and
I saw a lot of those. World Ventures. I saw a lot of those and all of the ads for sign spinners. Remember sign spinners? The people that would be out with the, you know what I mean? It was like an acrobatic. It was giving you circles.
World Ventures is the modern day Mary Kay and Avon.
Oh my God.
Shout out to
like,
World Ventures.
I want a car. You could get a BMW if you have enough people sign up.
The worst for me was definitely being at a pest control office.
Yes, let's get into this.
First of all, the office was like on Wall Street, right?
Wait, hold on before you start.
But you don't.
Wait, but what's crazy is that's Mickey and that's a rodent.
Doesn't really amount.
But it's a rodent.
That was why she played that. No, it was interesting because the majority of like the orders that we would get would be corporate orders. So it would be like office buildings and like different corporate buildings that would need like multiple floors serviced for roaches or termites. Oof. The wildest stuff, though, were always like the house calls in like New Jersey and Long Island because they would always have the most random animals. And there were people that were really just, a part of the PETA, like the crazy PETA activist group that had they call them have a heart traps, where you can set them up around your property and they don't kill the animal. They just trap, they just trap them inside. And then you have a professional come and like take them and set them free, right? So there was one guy that worked at this pest control company, and I remember he received a distress call about a badger. And
badger, Jesus!
I lied. I shit you not. I've never seen a badger.
What is a badger? It's like a beaver.
I still don't really know what a badger is.
Look at us. What is a badger?
It's a beaver-esque.
God, I miss our
family.
I miss our screen people.
You're right, Alex. We actually miss you now.
And we miss Steph.
It's Sunday right now.
I'm gonna tell you what a badger.
Steph, and Savon are not here.
You guys are missed.
Omnivore.
What the fuck is an omnivore?
They eat everything.
Omna?
It's in the same family.
Plants and animals.
I only know of carnivore and what's the other one? Oh, I
so
guess
listen, it's in the same family. It's in the same family as a weasel, a ferret, an otter, polecat. Same family. So
yeah, all I know is a lot of sports teams have them as mascots for some reason. Other than that, I don't fucking know what that animal is.
Shout out to my high school.
They have like
our mascot
they have
was
like
a Trojan.
face that looks like it looks like a skunk, and then their body looks like I don't even know.
Skunk.
Like a mole.
Okay.
But like a mole, I guess. Either way, I just remember it being, and he was like the only one that had any experience with badgers. And so people were like, the lady was freaking out because she's like, no, it can only be, whatever the guy's name was, Russ or whatever his name. It can only be Russ. He's the only one that knows what to do with the badgers. And I just thought to myself, Russ makes probably 6 figures just going after badgers.
You think that they make that much?
Yeah. He was getting calls every week. He was the only badger expert. And I was like, yo, this is crazy to be a and this is a really established company. So they're making hundreds of dollars to be you can't just hire them for a one-off. You got to call Terminix if you got a one-off. You know what I'm saying? But if you wanted to be serviced frequently, you got to, that's what they were for. So
for the badgers,
they had like
kids,
weekly, they had like weekly, monthly service. It was crazy, man.
Well, shout out to the retail workers. Yeah, shout out to the call center workers.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know how y'all listen to us. Because when I was at the call center, baby.
Cackling.
Yeah. And also, I guess shout out to those of you who are pest control answer call people.
I mean, that's call center. It might as well have been a call center. I was a dispatcher, so I had to take the calls.
And for anyone still sending windshield wiper fluid and all.
I hope you're not doing that in New York right now because it's cold as shit. It's snowing.
Cold as
Stay warm.
So what? I guess we can get.
I did want to show my
There you go. The music so we can get out of freshly squeezed.
I did want to and I feel bad saying this because I consider myself a music professional, but I didn't know who Sophie was until I got word that she passed away this weekend. And apparently she had a really terrible accident. She slipped and fell.
You just told me this, and I was I heard she died, but I didn't know how.
And I didn't either. And so many people that I know, a lot of international artists have been tweeting about her and posting about her on Instagram. And I had to go and look up some of her music and stuff like that. And I felt bad because I thought, man, she actually made some really cool music that I'd never heard of before. And I did want to play something of hers, but also my friend Sam Du, who's a really incredibly talented songwriter and artist, put out a record also that I love, and he has one of those voices that I really miss, and so I wanted to play his record as well. But I do want to get into this Sophie song, and I think was a producer, she was a DJ, and she had I don't remember what the name of the record label was. I think it's Transgressive. I think Transgressive is the name of her label. But she was an incredible activist and obviously spokesperson for
a nod to her being a trans woman.
Yeah, LGBTQ life.
Amazing.
LGBTQ plus.
Yeah, LGBTQIA plus.
IA plus. Okay, you saw me look at you like, don't let me forget no letters.
I'm learning.
Don't let me forget no letters.
It's okay. I'm still learning every day too.
IA plus. Yes.
IA plus.
IA plus. I did want to play something that I thought was really cool of hers that up here. It's one of her really popular songs, but I thought it was kind of great.
There we go.
This felt like summertime to me. This felt like a rooftop.
This feels like outside.
This felt like outside.
Sure.
This felt like a New York summer for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This felt like
outside.
every single
It
workout
feels like a festival.
class. Yeah, this is giving me Coachella, Wireless, Tea in the Park, Glastonbury.
Now, all right.
Okay.
There we go.
So we want to say shout out to Sophie, R.I.P. Sophie, because she really was paving the way, and it's a terrible loss to have somebody that was a legend in the making, come to such a tragic end. So shout out to all of Sophie's loved ones and proteges.
This is the music you close your eyes to and just hands in the air.
Yeah, you have glitter.
Go.
You have glitter painted on your face.
Just let it go.
And some sense of drug in your body.
I mean, you don't need it, but you could.
You could.
But you could. You could. This music makes it acceptable.
Theoretically, you could.
Yeah.
And so now my song of the week though is Sam Du. My friend Sam Du put out this record called DJ, which I really enjoy.
How do you spell Du?
D-E-W.
Okay.
Like dew, like dew from the rain, like Mountain Dew.
Like how
Sunny Dew.
Yes.
Sunny Dew Light.
Sunny.
Or like someone in Baltimore saying, "This is what I want to do."
Leave Baltimore.
Baltimore. I'm just saying, do. That's how they say it, do.
Like honeydew, guys.
Okay,
Right. So this is Sam Du. This song is called DJ.
Oh yeah, his voice is nice. Singers have it good. If we arguing and he just starts singing to me,
You shut up.
I'ma shut the fuck up. Cause this is beautiful.
I've done a lot of records with Sam Du. He's one of my favorite writers. The song I did with Kendrick Lamar, actually, Sam Du wrote with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
This subtle flex is brought to you by.
Well, y'all know how we do. You gotta say that drop no more. You gotta say that shit. Y'all know the vibes.
Yeah. I love this. Yeah.
Okay.
We love us some Sam Du.
I like that.
Some dude.
The harmonies.
We love our DJs.
The stacking.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
Sam.
we love a
yeah,
good
we love a
stack.
good stack. Liv and I love some vocals.
I didn't learn that in 2012. But
That's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
y'all know I like what I like.
It's
Let me just get this twerk
baby.
on,
It's
baby.
okay. The other stacks you learned happen to be in your bank account.
Facts.
You all right.
Them the only stacks. Them the only stacks I know. Them the only stacks I know. You know what I mean?
Man. We're gonna get to the money combo in a minute. I want Liv to give us a good
Because she
lesson.
was. I should have listened to her 6 months ago.
You should have.
I know, bitch. I was.
Because
She definitely told us.
She
last
did.
week was magical. What a time to be alive. And I'm gonna start it off by saying this. Every week I come on here and talk to my people.
My people.
I talk to my people and I understand, overstand. I let y'all know every single week. And I vividly remember about a couple weeks ago, you see the calm in my voice? Because this is my I told you so moment.
I'm surprised there's not a soundtrack for this.
I know. I just thought you was coming in.
I knew you was coming.
know
Give us the Wolf of Wall Street. There was some music in there, bitch.
You need the Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, that one. That's what we need.
Like honestly, I'm so elated.
There we go.
I love it. I love it.
I told
Ooh,
y'all.
yeah, you did.
I made sure I told y'all. Learn the laws of the land. Read the lines and read in between the lines and learn what you can do, because at the end of the day, they gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do.
That's correct.
Play them at their own game. And that's exactly what happened last week on the subreddits with the Wall Street bets. Shout out to the gamers. Y'all made sure GameStop got to where it needed to go, because
y'all made the GameStop.
I'm gonna apologize to the gamers off that one.
GameStop. Continue. Y'all made sure that the game stopped the way it should have. GameStop was getting played big time by the big wigs of Wall Street, getting shorted every which way, because they knew essentially GameStop isn't in the position right now to make the money it needs to make, because, everything's digital.
They're going bankrupt.
Everything's digital. Everything, they're going bankrupt. So did AMC. AMC's
too.
going bankrupt. Nobody's going to the movies like that no more. So what?
Except for Bridget.
Well, yeah, Bridget goes on her date night.
I drive out of state.
Right.
We drive out of state. We take the easy pass and we go.
I'm gonna just give y'all, for those who don't know, GameStop was being shorted, and we can get that conversation. And actually, you know what? If you watch the last episode of Joe Budden podcast,
shout out to Rashad.
Shout out to Rashad. He gave a great explanation of what shorting stocks is. Go look at that, and I'm gonna give you the updated version of my experience with this. With shorting of the stocks that transpired, the real ones, the people of the people said enough is fucking enough. We're gonna get together and we're gonna make sure this stock goes back to the top, and we're all gonna eat. That's exactly what happened last week. And that's what I'm talking about in terms of the revolution, because the revolution is being televised and monetized. Shout out to Options Gang. Hey Carl. People got to understand, it's not about the brown, the light skin versus dark skin. It's not about any of that. Because when you get the government at the green, they crumble. And that's exactly what happened last week. So let me give y'all a little story time to kind of give a little bit more insight as to what transpired and how we've gotten to this point. Live story time. When I was younger, well, pretty much all of my years growing up, my dad was worked in the shareholders department at Pfizer.
Okay.
From the mid 80s till about the early 2000s. What he did in the shareholders department was he would call up the hedge funds and see what companies and what hedge fund owners wanted to invest into Pfizer, especially when Viagra pulled up and changed the game, and Pfizer was doing big things, so they were making real money. With the mid to late 90s introducing the internet, he was laid off by 2000 because people can go and trade from home. So essentially, Pfizer doesn't need a shareholders department. I'm getting somewhere with this. Pfizer doesn't need a shareholders department when the hedge funds can do it at their leisure from home. So once he got laid off, he started day trading at home, just going on eTrade.com and picking the stocks that he wanted to trade and stuff like that. He tried to teach it to me, and I just be like, this is so boring. But he's like, well, if you like McDonald's so much, why don't you give me my McDonald's money back? And those are my presents as a child. Getting stocks in McDonald's. You like Coca-Cola, don't you? Like getting stocks in those things or whatever.
That you like.
Yeah, and
That's awesome.
it grows over time.
So awesome.
Fast forward now, I share this story about my dad being laid off by the internet coming in and taking over. Fast forward now to 2021, where the hedge funds are ruling the game in terms of controlling the stock market. And the same internet came and fucked their shit up, where all these subreddits, well, Wall Street Bets, this subreddit group came in, decided to come together as a conglomerate, started as a couple thousand people in 2012, and then now it's grown since then. But over 1 million people in this subreddit group decided, hey, a lot of them are gamers, decided, hey, we're going to see and make sure that GameStop buy all the shares you can. Some of us have a lot of money to buy a lot of shares. Some of us don't. But whatever you can buy shares in GameStop. Do not sell it. Go as hard as you can. We're going to make money off of this because they're playing us. They're deliberately shorting these stocks because they know they can, and they make billions of dollars on a weekly basis off of this. So that's what happened. That stock went up from about $38 maybe on Sunday, Monday. And by Tuesday afternoon, after hours, I looked at my phone. It was about 218. Then it jumped from 218 to 245. Unheard of, unprecedented, especially for a stock like GameStop. And the reason why this is important is, like I said, we really have to make sure that we read the laws of the land. See what we can do, see what we can't do. Because at the end of the day, there's power in numbers. And if we really put our minds together and fight the good fight, we can make shit happen. History was made last week.
Right.
There's never been a situation where the stock market has had to halt so many times in 2 days. Because, I mean, they did it on Tuesday several times, and then they had to do it again on Wednesday. The stock market has never seen... If the stock market didn't halt so much, it would have crashed.
Well, then you also have all the apps, too, that were stepping in, making it impossible to trade or sell or do anything with what people did own. Like, they put a stop. And I told you, I was like, bitch, I ain't know what the fuck was going on. I went to my little Cash App and said, let me buy a little Bitcoin or something. It said, nope, bitch, you can't do this. And you and I have talked about it. And I am now open to where, like I said, my accountant was like, bitch, you just got this money in the account and it's not growing. But even hearing you talk about when we met, like, you were very adamant on how you were making your money, your investments, and coming from a single parent household with a mom who's in healthcare and a dad who's a construction worker. I'm seeing money that, like, to me, I'm doing something because I have a savings account. A lot of people in my family don't got a savings account.
They haven't saved
If something happens to their car or something happens that they have to shovel out money, they're fucked, and it's going to take a couple of months for them to get back on their feet. So I thought I was doing something by having a savings account, and hearing you say, I put this much money in, bitch, it's like triple, quadruple, like so much more. I'm just like, damn, okay, I need to make my money work for me, because when you have money that just sits in an account, you seeing maybe 1%, 2% if you lucky on that shit.
When we first started like hanging out and talking in terms of like building the podcast, and I told you guys, like, I don't really DJ like that. The way I make my money is in the stock market. Like,
Yeah,
when she told me that, we were
pays my rent.
Yeah, we were two.
Y'all was a lot of rum punches in.
I was like, yes, Bridget, I made $6,000 today.
I said, wait, what?
To the moon.
I said, what am I doing?
And y'all mad at the 200,000. She made $6,000 in a day.
Y'all mad at me because I want a man that makes $200,000 or more.
I'm giving virtual performances on Instagram Live. I don't have to do this for money. I could just drink rum punch.
Also, I viewed the stock market again because I didn't have anyone to teach me. I was just like, man, I'm only bet on myself. I said, if I got money to invest, I'm gonna invest it in myself and start a new business and another business and another business. And now it's just now where I'm just like, aha! It's reached an aha moment with this becoming more, again, being on Twitter, being now friends with, I know you done made your money. Again, Rashad, who was on EYL. This man done talked about growing like $5,000 to $35,000. My accountant was like, yeah, man, I put like $700 in. I now got $20,000. Excuse.
That's how the rich become richer.
That's how it works.
Like, that's just how it works.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm taking a financial literacy course. It's 8 weeks long, starting February 9th, because it's time.
It's important, time. But like Liv says it all the time.
Now that the money is more accessible and it's flowing through, and it's, you know what I'm saying. Now that everything is starting to move, I'm like, all right, I need
also, Liv said to learn these things, and I'm not gonna lie, like this. But this is where also we have to like.
I'm gonna be real.
Uh oh.
Y'all really want to know how I got all that money from Tesla?
Wait,
this is what happened in August. I made about $16,000 from Tesla.
Oh,
in August, one of those days. Well, if you trade stocks, you know Tesla in August of 2020. To the moon, to the stars, to the galaxies and beyond.
And Aquarius and Libra and all of those other things.
That was a great month for Tesla.
Well, not to Pluto.
I saw what was happening, and I took my unemployment and invested.
Wait, did you really? Wait, is the IRS gonna come for you?
You took your stymie and you put your stymie in.
It's gonna get claimed on my taxes.
Okay,
like, it has to.
You put the stymie in on the.
Wait, you did what the Twitter timeline told you to do? Take that stimulus check and invest it in stock.
She put the stimmy in the stock.
Yo, we are sitting next to LLC Twitter and we didn't even know it.
All right, time to just clap it up.
That's what I'm saying.
We gotta clap it up one time for the one time.
Like that's how you do it. But honestly speaking, it's really, really important to understand, you know, how important if you don't really know what happened last week. Well, yeah, last week in terms of the stock market, really read up and understand what the stock market can do for you. Just think about it this way. If you are buying from Starbucks on a regular, Amazon on a regular, well, Amazon is a little expensive.
So is Netflix.
But
Apple.
You can research what apps fit what companies fit that that bracket that you want to invest
in. Your tax bracket,
Yeah.
your amount that you're willing to invest in, and just invest small. You might not see a huge return like I did because I do options trading. You might not see a crazy return like I did, but understand there's
or you might just will be over time.
Over time. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It could be over time. With options trading, that's a whole nother beast. You gotta be risky, motherfucker. You gotta be risky business with your socks on and your button down shirt. That's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. But understand the laws of the land and understand these motherfuckers don't give a shit about you. Do you? Do what you gotta do to make this money, because at the end of the day, Nancy Pelosi has hella stock in Tesla that don't expire until about 2023. Go read it up. Go Google it. Trust me, it's there. They know what time it is. It's time for you to know too. Boom, boom, boom. That's it.
Outside
boom,
of
boom,
that,
boom.
To all of the entrepreneurs or anyone in business listening, I also just had a conversation recently with my accountant, and even you just bringing up a year, 2 years from now or so. Like, that's the thing too. Thinking of these investments, it's long term. And I started my solo 401k and I was just like, I literally just had this conversation with my accountant because I'm putting in 20 grand a year. So what's coming out every 2 weeks I'm just like, but maybe I could be spending that now. And he's like, but no, you have to think about you putting this 20 grand a year, you match, the firm matches, and what it will be in the future. Like, you'll be good. You have to think of the future. And I think, to be fair, when it comes to money, a lot of us do live in the now. Mm-hmm. I remember, even my mom, me and her fuss and fight because she's still going to Amscot advances to make sure the bills are paid.
No.
Yeah. And so, like,
she's paying, I know that.
Yeah. And so there is a large part of, again, our fucking country where those people can't think in the future because they're like, damn, invest? Damn, I'm putting this much away right now, but I could use it on bills or food or groceries or maybe a new car. And so that's where I was telling you the idea of money and what that looks like and it being tangible and how it grows and inflation and all of those things.
It gets me hot.
And see, being from someone who didn't grow up with money, I'm looking at like, what the fuck do I do with this? And so, to be fair, I think we talk about it, just financial literacy and it being more present as we grow up, even if we are in environments
just doing
where it's not, you know?
YouTube University is there, guys. It's there at your leisure to learn these things, especially, if you want to live on the risky side of life, like I do with option trading. It's a little bit of a different beast where, you're not just buying the shares. And that's where the real money came in last week for a lot of people, with not only buying shares in GameStop and seeing it rise in such a short amount of time. What options trading is you making bets, legal bets, on a stock to say, okay, I think GameStop will hit $300 by this Friday, and that's going to be priced at a certain amount. All right, cool. I'm going to put in my money and buy 100 shares, 200 shares of that or whatever. But it's based on how many people
also do
that same thing. So that's why it was important for so many people to get in on GameStop, not only to make the price of the stock go up, but also to make sure the volume is extremely high. So you have no choice but to make a profit. So that's why it was so important for everybody to hold the line. You saw the tweets, hold the line. Because if the volume isn't high, everybody's not getting the profit or the return that they should be getting. Right. So there's a lot of things that go into stock trading that, it would be great for everybody to invest time and energy in to learn.
Noted.
Yeah.
You already know.
Speaking of shares and sharing.
Uh-oh. Oh, come on, Bridget, with the segu. Because I know where we going with this one. We going to the orgies and threes. No,
it was too easy. Speaking of sharing.
Bro, do you not see how the segus work? Like, Liv just dropped a bar and you're like, ooh, I heard sharing.
She's like, options, sharing, trading. Speaking of.
Oh, we taking it there. That was a great segment.
That was good.
Come on. I'm not wrong.
Tell them what we talking about, because they gonna laugh at this now.
I just felt really appropriate to go from sharing trading options to T.I. and Tiny. There was a lot of options. There was a lot of trading going on. There was a lot of sharing.
Of fluids. Drugs, apparently.
Oh, man.
So you guys...
The only thing we're not really getting is the truth from anyone right now.
And that's where this makes it a little bit uncomfortable to talk about because never, and I want to be very frank before we even start this conversation, in sharing our experiences and our thoughts on this matter, we never want to victim blame, and that's not what we're doing. We also... at this very moment, do not have all of the truths that are out.
Correct.
Everything is only alleged. And then there have also been reports that even some of the stories that were sent in were false. So we do want to just kind of talk about this for what the fuck it is. And not maybe make it even personal. We have personal takes on this. And I think that this is going to be... for any woman listening, also any man listening, we're about to really say a lot of shit, a lot of real shit, I feel like, on our thoughts on this. I guess I'll start it off with the part where I hate, and you even brought this to me, as far as everyone in this industry, everyone, and maybe if you didn't know, yes, T.I. and Tiny are swingers. What bothers me about this story is that a lot of people that are not into the lifestyle, whether it's swinging, whether it's poly, whether it's sex clubs, whether it's anything within the lifestyle, there's always almost this fear that it's not safe, that it's an environment that, you know, people run rampant and there's rape and there's this and there's that. And I wanted to share that being someone in that lifestyle, I was just like, ugh. I hate that this is the narrative. Of course it can happen, but I wanted to be very open. I frequent sex clubs. I've been to swinger resorts. I identify as a swinger. And so I did also want to share too that in these spaces and environments, I am intoxicated or under some sort of influence. And
by choice.
And by choice. And so in reading a lot of these stories, the conversation that I want to have, that I think a lot of women innately put themselves into, and again, I'm not talking about the victims here, I'm talking about as women. We put ourselves in situations that do make us uncomfortable, and we know how to say no, but a lot of times we don't know how to express when we are uncomfortable. So what really stood out to me in a lot of those stories that were posted was that women felt like they were almost peer pressured into taking drugs, didn't take drugs, didn't want to take drugs, but took it just because they didn't want to be the party pooper.
Right.
And a lot of women listening have been in those spaces where we don't want to be the party pooper. Yeah. We don't want to be the dark cloud, the killjoy. And unfortunately, a lot of times, because this isn't conversations we have a lot growing up on how to diffuse or walk away from these, we take into those and allow uncomfortable situations to be even more uncomfortable.
Right.
And so in reading all of these things, and to any woman listening and to any man, because this is where, again, I'm going to be very, very transparent. I have blacked out on men that I've had consensual sex with, and the next morning couldn't remember it. Did they know I was blacked out? Probably not. And so that's the thing, though. Like, I don't know, because a lot of my friends, we all talked about this whole week.
But you remember giving consent, though.
Yeah, because a lot of times it would be with someone that I've, of course, wanted to have sex with.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, in that realm. I'm not gonna lie. I personally have not been put in that. Like, the only time I had advances that wasn't nice was on the train, the MTA.
I mean, I think we've all been blackout drunk at some point, but I just want to make sure that we're clarifying that even when you're blackout drunk, it's like you remember saying, yes, this is exactly where the fuck I want to be right now in this moment.
Right. But my point to saying this, of course, too, is that in a space where, say you don't take drugs, say you're not a drinker, say you probably about to be in a new type of situation.
Or you a prudy Huxtable like me.
Or that. And you're now in a space, but you're in a space, Liv. You're uncomfortable. And we know you know how to say no. But so many girls don't know how to say no. I want to bring this too into these women. Not only is it a lot to ask of for a woman to just voice them being uncomfortable. But when you're a celebrity, you have an unknown power, or maybe you know the power.
I didn't always know.
You didn't?
I didn't always know how to just flat right say no. I had to build that confidence up to just know that you can say no, and even if you hurt somebody's feelings, you have to make sure you are safe.
Yes.
And you protect yourself first, and you take care of you first. I've been in situations where like I didn't say no outright, and it turned into uncomfortableness or awkwardness.
Did those people know that you were uncomfortable?
Essentially, when they see the grimace on my face, I can't hide my face.
Can't hide for shit.
Y'all see it on the YouTube.
The last couple episodes, y'all be like, ew, Liv got a nasty attitude. What's wrong with her? Yeah, I can't hide my face when I'm like, over it or like out of it or something like that or whatever. So they could see like or read the energy. Some have still tried, even after reading that kind of energy. But you really have to build that confidence and that part of yourself to just say no.
But not only that,
no matter who it is, say no, because at the end of the day, if something does happen, you live with that trauma forever. You can call up that person and I want to clear the air. They don't give a fuck.
Well, I don't. And in these scenarios, I think there's a couple things that we have to keep in mind. Right? When we talk about consent, the thing that we don't, as women, and I wish this conversation was had more amongst women about what consent really is and what consent looks like and how actual consent needs to be perceived or lack of consent needs to be perceived.
Because listen, if she say just the tip, it means just the tip. That's it. Sorry, that's how we started the.
It does.
We sure did.
It does.
But Nia, you didn't consent to the whole shaft.
I did not. Even if it's a baby dick and it's the length of a tip, it's still not just the tip. And the thing that's really frustrating about this, right?
Parks just chuckled. He doesn't chuckle often.
Sorry, Parks.
The misogynist came out of
like,
him.
oh God. So, but the part that's uncomfortable about this, right, is that a lot of times when we are uncomfortable, and this is for men and women, this doesn't just apply to women. So
Facts.
I want men to stop feeling like we bash them when we discuss these kinds of topics, because we really are meaning to include men.
I want to speak to the men in a second.
Yes. Oh. I do want to include men in this too, because I know men that have been victimized in this very same way. So I do want to include men and women in this. Oftentimes when we're uncomfortable, the drinking and the taking of drugs in that environment is to try to make ourselves comfortable. It's to fit in. It's to drown out and numb whatever insecurities we're feeling in this moment, to participate in the moment the way that everybody else is participating. Yeah. So I agree with you. We did talk about this briefly, and then we did our usual.
We said,
we gotta save this
the
for pod. I think it sucks that there is a stigma attached to sexual freedom and sexual fluidity that it's a breeding ground for violence and violations against women and against men in these situations and environments. And I think that's so unfair for people that do create safe spaces or try to create safe spaces for people
I've been in a time,
to really show up and be themselves and be free, right? And be fluid with their sexuality in that environment. Granted, in these situations, we don't know. The problem is, with celebrities especially, they're not granted the same grace and the same trust to create a space and environment that everybody who attends is going to feel totally comfortable being themselves in. So when you show up to this kind of a thing, I would always recommend and suggest for anybody that is curious about how these kinds of environments and things work, maybe experimenting with drugs or with a cocktail of sorts, whether it's trying a new drug or mixing alcohol with weed and you've never done it before, that's probably not the best environment to try it out, because you don't know what your body is capable of in those moments. And the lack of control on your own is not necessarily is the lack of control on your own is rampant in those moments. And it's hard. Like, it's hard to point fingers and place blame on people in these situations, I think, because, a lot of times, even discussing date rape, like, my first time, my losing my virginity was a date rape situation. And I never said anything about it at the time because I didn't know if it was date rape or not. I didn't know what date rape was.
How did you not know? What do you mean?
Well, because I didn't remember if I gave consent or not.
And that's what I was talking about, right? With me. So, my blackout, I was with a person that, of course, we've had sex before. But did I know if I said, let's have sex? No.
Right. And that was
as
my question.
Women, again, so you hold that.
Is that how we define date rape if we don't remember? Because what if we did? What if we were completely smacked and we just went and we were like, hell yeah, I'm with the shits. We're not in our right mind. So who is responsible in that moment?
But also as I don't know. It again, it's tiptoeing, but that's why I'm like, if there's any young women listening to us, and mind you, I lived in Atlanta in 2009. Like, bitch, Drake lived up the street, the whole Cash Money, Young Money. Then I lived in Miami and worked on South Beach when everybody lived in South Beach. And to be fair, I've been in a lot of rooms, a lot of parties with these celebrities where these type of things happen.
Right.
And as a young, impressionable person, of course, you don't, like we said before, but I want to speak to the women listening, like, bruh, you gonna look back and again, just if you are uncomfortable, remove yourself. There will always be another party. There will always be another opportunity for you to just have this fun. But again, like Liv said, you don't, we know as women we're victims as soon as we walk out of the door.
Right.
We talked about the catcalling. Right. We talked about so much. And you have to live with that trauma. So I do want women to find that confidence. I don't know at what age you found yours, Liv. I don't know at what age I found mine. I know, unfortunately, 30-ish. 30-ish.
Yeah, 30-ish.
So our 20s is full of uncomfortable emotions and interactions with men where we know something wasn't right, but we don't know how to voice it, and we were drunk, so can we even say something? We were high, so can we say something? And of course we can, but also to be very fair, we don't remember if we consent. So is it also fair to possibly ruin another human being's life when maybe they thought there was consent? There's just, Liv, I know you want to speak to the men, and I want to give you the floor, because this is very uncomfortable and touchy.
I just feel like, because now, I as an auntie, I feel like I can now speak to my young nieces.
That's how I feel now, too.
To the baby roses.
To the baby roses. A rose is still a rose, baby girl. You are still a flower, and your flowers are delicate. So no matter how much money he makes.
That part.
No matter how fine he is, understand the power that you have where you can walk in a room and he's like, I want her and her energy and her aura and her body, because your body is a temple. Remember that. So for you to just kind of keep that in mind when you're moving in these spaces and understand that you are the chosen one, it could make a difference in terms of decision making, of seeing the red flags early, be like, you know what? My body's a temple. I probably shouldn't be here in this orgy.
All right, you brought us to an orgy. That's right.
That escalated very quickly.
Yeah, that did escalate. I thought she was just going to say the club.
If we're calling a spade.
No, agreed.
Of those situations that we originally started talking about.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying.
Well,
and for the men, for the fellas.
Mm-hmm. Talk to him, Liv.
Kanye said several years ago he would put up his camera phone, turn on record, and say, on camera, young woman, do you consent to bop, 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 bop? She responds, that's you.
Can I also, I just want to put in there, though,
I feel like everybody
a woman can change her mind, though, and that's the other slippery slope. I can consent to you right now, we get in the mood, then I'm not feeling it, and I say no. Even though I consented 10 minutes ago, now that we're in the mood, I can say no midway. So you ain't get me on that phone, Kanye. Or when I said I wanted to do it, I did. But now I'm uncomfortable as a woman.
Y'all, be prude. Stop having sex.
Oh, shit.
Honestly speaking, sex leads to so many problems.
STDs and pregnancy.
STDs.
Just go ahead and subscribe to Mandi's box.
Just stop having
Mandii
sex.
is a box owner. Mandii is
I help y'all. But look, we got Liv saying stop, and I'm over here like, I'm a swinger.
Y'all men get crazy when pussy's around. Like, women feel uncomfortable uncomfortable and feel remorse and regret and trauma. Let's just stop having sex, y'all.
All right, I'm gonna let clearly
test
separately.
test tube baby, freeze your eggs if you want to procreate.
How do we get from orgies to egg freezing
right now? But please stop having sex.
Okay.
I'm tired of these stories.
The other thing,
Liv, we gotta get you some dick.
The other,
no, please don't.
No,
do not.
no. We just gotta get her. We just gotta get her a box. We gotta get her the official box owner box.
Yeah, shout out official box owner.
The official box owner box got some good stuff in there. There's some good stuff.
Yeah,
some toys, some tinctures, some lube.
We gonna get you right, Liv.
So, the other thing that I would like to say that I think is in support of the delicacy of the situation is that
very delicate.
People need to be entitled to their privacy.
Absolutely.
And I think with T.I. and Tiny, it's unfortunate that I'm sure there've been a number of these instances and situations where everything was all good and everybody was fine and everything was cool and everybody knew what they signed up for and everybody willingly participated and there was no problem.
Did they sign?
I mean,
we already talked about they don't do NDAs no more, bruh. We gotta bring back NDAs.
But it's
you better get your knitter.
Yeah. But the other thing is, it's just there's no respect for the delicacy of marriage and of, protecting families. And I really hope that we can start to have more conversations about what that really looks like in respecting what goes on in people's homes and bedrooms. It's not really any of our business until it is our business, until you invite the world in, and then it is everybody's business.
Facts.
So
and
we can't be mad at the world being in your business and you invited the world into your business.
I also want to speak to a lot of you, before we get off this topic, because again, it is just very touchy, but I want to speak to the victims in this. If you're a woman who submitted a false story,
those are
just
not victims.
to see if Sabrina,
those are not
the person,
the victims.
But that's what I'm saying. For someone to do that, whether you are a woman or not, it invalidates even the experiences of the real victims. I also want to speak to those of you who still, even after R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and everyone else who has come out, there's still people questioning the timelines. Well, if this happened, why did you wait so long? The trauma of women. I mean, Bridget and I just casually were able to speak about very uncomfortable positions that we felt that we were in the past. But there's so many women that it leaves them full of trauma and they're triggered and they don't feel safe in announcing the experiences they went through. So I say that to say,
I pray for their healing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anytime a woman steps forward, I don't care if it was 20 years ago. If she says that this is something I've been living with and now I want to share my truth, I want no one to question the time frame in which it took anyone to come forward, because this isn't easy. And if the shit goes to trial, something that I've been living with that has caused me harm and pain, I now have to relive. Or now I have to deal with the scrutiny of the public. And so you guys have to stop talking about, well, why it took so long? Like, as women, we all question even ourselves in these positions or the people that we put trust in. Yeah. And I think that it's important to know, like, that's something that we deal with as human beings, and we might not be ready to come out and spill it out. Because maybe we don't even want y'all to know we having sex. You know what I mean? Shit. Even Liv said it. You know what I mean? Like, those experiences we don't want to share.
I'm scorned. I'm just like, I just don't want nobody to touch me at this point.
I know.
There's just too many stories like this where it's like, who can you trust?
Right.
The television.
This
is a good time. This is a good time for a segue to TV shows.
Okay, well, before TV shows, we're not gonna.
We need a song.
Oh, you gonna do happy? Give us something happy. Give us something happy. Give us something happy.
I don't want to play the
And while we get happy, I do want to say, wait, what she want to play? What she said she want to play?
No, triggers.
Wait, I thought we were playing the jump off.
No, we want to play the jump off. Not after the topic.
Oh shit! The jump off is bad. Oh, okay, I get it. No jump off, but I like being a jump off. I'm just playing.
You're
Also, before, if we're gonna go straight into TV shows, I just want to say, fuck the Willer dude. This is not a sports podcast, but the white man who was abusive to his woman.
Chad Wheeler.
This was a lot of darkness. So I don't know if we really want. Go ahead.
I need men to take care of this. I need men to take care of this, because If this was a situation with a white woman, this would have gone very differently. So I need men, I need teammates, I need fellow people, and I need men to take care of this. Whether it's
come on, Roger,
you hire a lawyer for this young lady to press all of the charges, or you just happen to whoop his ass in the parking lot. Something needs to happen,
I agree.
And men need to be at the forefront of this, because way too many times we see situations like this with women attached to athletes, primarily in football or in boxing, where there's some level of switch that goes off and a man and just loses his shit on a woman. Men,
no, he's just mentally ill.
Yes,
but outside of that,
outside of that,
that's not an excuse.
Outside of that,
I say that
there
because
is
he's
access,
done things in the past where
and there is access at his level of celebrity, fame, and financial status. There is access to help for every single problem he might possibly have. So I need the men around him to step up to the plate and protect these women.
And ladies and gentlemen, for y'all who may not be familiar, I'm just going to throw out his size, because that was probably the most shocking thing to me about this. He is 6'7", 310 pounds. Imagine just the force of whatever he exuded onto this poor woman. And again, like, he went about and was pretty much surprised that she was alive after what he did to her.
She lost consciousness twice. While being strangled. And then he even admitted, I'm surprised she's still alive.
Disgusting. But also gross. 6'7", 310 pounds.
That's
on
a
any
minivan.
Woman. No.
He's a minivan. No, and that's not a fat joke. That's a real he's huge. Him hitting someone with full force is like would be like being hit by a minivan. Yeah. Like, come on. Yeah. Come on, man.
That's disgusting. I hope you found something but jump off after that too. But yeah, man, I like what you said. Please. And I think that this is one of those things too. Men, hold all of your male friends accountable. If you see a woman is too intoxicated, let your homeboy know this ain't worth it, partner.
If y'all want women to stop bashing men as a whole, if y'all want women to start putting some respect on y'all's name, do some respectable shit and honor women and protect women. That's what you do. That's what you do to improve the situation.
Every week.
Every week. How about we get a who can protect as many women as they can challenge? Can we do that? Let's fucking do that. How about that? How about protect my silhouette challenge?
Yeah.
How about
where did you go with this?
Because even our silhouettes ain't protected.
Our silhouettes ain't safe
for being exposed.
We can't even get a red filter. Protect our silhouette challenge.
Damn.
Nah, fact.
Shit.
All of that. Happy vibes.
Liv got a vibe for us.
I'm trying to.
And you know, this is also why I'm not the DJ. Do you know what just came to my mind? Off on the worst side. I just step in the name of love, and I'm just like, wait, never mind. This is why I'm not a DJ. My musical timing is awful.
It might be cutoff time for you with the one.
It might be.
I'm talking about protecting women and the silhouettes, and you want to throw an R. Kelly song out?
Of all people to bring up?
I know, that was really bad of me.
Going on timeout.
I suck. Speaking of, by the way, it's pretty trash that Tory Lanez and Chris Brown are collabing together. But that's, again, just a segue into what we watch on TV, because niggas ain't shit and will never be. And I need you guys to read the room. At all,
I'm tired of expecting
corners.
People who can't read to read the room.
How you know they
people
can't
read?
Who can't read?
Because I watch all the grammatical errors, and I just assume people can't.
And they captions, bitch. They can't write
the captions, and then it's in caps, so you're boldly wrong. Like, it's just so many things. Just so many things.
Oh my God, is this who we are?
Is this who we are?
Is this who we are?
Nothing on my computer's playing right now.
Okay. Is that bars for you?
Damn,
no music. I don't even know what music. I don't know where the aux is.
Damn, I need it. No music.
We gonna have to.
All right, well, before we get out of here, what? TV? We talked about Wendy Williams. Show.
Oh my God, life sucked so crazily last week that we had to watch so many shows. And movies. There was movies and shows. One of the shows that I really love is Ted Lasso. On
you was bringing up mad shows I never seen.
I know. So it's on Apple. It's on Apple Plus.
Is it new?
Ted Lasso? I think so. It's one season of Ted Lasso, but it's hilarious. It's with
one season.
Who is Ted?
COVID must have hit him hard.
The guy who plays Ted
I don't know. Ted Bundy. Who Ted Lasso?
Jason Sudeikis.
Bitch, that documentary was interesting.
I don't want to watch.
I was born, I told you, a little bit before 2012.
A little bit. Yeah.
Well, actually, no. It was a documentary that I watched last year.
Made in 2012.
I learned about Ted Bundy last year. No, I'm just playing.
No, it's about a coach who is an American football coach who gets hired to go overseas and coach a soccer team. But he has no idea what he's doing, and it's really funny. It's actually a really funny show. That Servant is another show on Apple Plus.
You said that.
I gotta get into it.
You would love Servant. M. Night Shyamalan.
Billboards everywhere.
Liv would like Servant, but I wouldn't like Servant.
We don't like scary stuff. It's a little.
Oh, it's scary.
I like weirdos.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, talk to Liv on this one.
It's a little sci-fi. It's a little sci-fi suspense type of thing. It's not sci-fi. I won't say it's sci-fi. It's more of a suspense thriller kind of thing that you would appreciate. You might appreciate. It's not that scary, but it's surprisingly really good. It's a mind fuck. M. Night Shyamalan always got a mind fuck.
Shyamalan.
He loves a mind fuck.
When M. Night Shyamalans, he Shyamalans. Like for real.
You're annoying.
He go off. It's the wine. I'm sorry.
Can you say that fast 3 times?
When M. Night Shyamalan, he Shyamalans. When M. Night Shyamalan, he Shyamalans. When M. Night Shyamalan, he Shyamalans. That's why Mary had a little lamp.
That's why Mary had a little lamp, because we where the money resides. I'll say that I started and have caught up all the way to episode 7. Episode 8 comes on. Your Honor.
Yes.
And you know what? I just want to say, I swear that's not the soundtrack, Liv.
It should be. It really
Your
should
Honor,
be.
I'm a freak bitch. That should be in little letters underneath it. But it's really good, and it starts off intense.
The sound's working again, guys.
Look, finally,
That's what that was.
finally.
Thank God. Thank God.
It started off just really good, but it's like one of those where it's just like, where the fuck is this going?
Right.
So I love it. It kind of gives you what the thrill of The Undoing did.
Yes.
And so I'm hooked on Your Honor. Shout out to everyone who did watch the 24th. Again, I don't know if y'all got the chance to.
That's next.
It was really good. And then I have to look. I only have an episode because I ended up with an edible and passed out. But The Magicians, I'm super into like that type of sci-fi shit.
So you're watching American Gods then, right?
No, what is American Gods?
On Stars?
Dominique is on.
So like
that.
Umbrella Academy, The Magicians.
She's
so
good.
bad.
All
She's
of
the
goddess of sex on this show. You gotta watch it. You gotta
Wait,
watch it.
I gotta watch. Oh, there's a Goddess of Sex now. I really want to watch it.
Yeah, it's American Gods. You gotta watch it on Stars. Get into American Gods.
No, so the thing is, bitch, I ain't got the hookup yet for all these apps. So, bitch, I'm just trying to run through my 7-day trials on all these bitches. And Stars ain't one yet. I'm on Showtime. I'm on HBO Max. I'm like, bitch, 7 days, I got to watch this shit.
I'm gonna give you the
Plus,
hookup.
if you need Apple
I'm
Plus,
gonna give you the hookup.
You gonna give me the hookup?
I'll give you my Apple Plus login.
I'll give
you my Apple Plus login.
And hey, all of y'all listening on the YouTube, if y'all want to slide me your little Xfinity login and shit, that's the real shit I be needing apparently.
Shit, yeah.
If y'all still pay for cable, I need that login. Pass that to me, baby.
The other show that I got into, which I was surprised I liked. I know.
We love you, Apple.
We love you, Apple.
Oh yeah, that too.
You should sponsor and support us, Apple. No, the other show I got into was The Wilds on Amazon Prime. It's about these 8 teenage girls that get stranded on an island, and they're trying to figure out how to live.
And
but
no
apparently,
TikTok?
No TikTok, no phones. Oh, I'm getting okay. No TikTok, no phones, and it actually is an experiment.
Nah, I got you.
It's an experiment that's being conducted by a woman who's trying to prove that women are the superior race and that women have better survival instincts than men, and that's therefore why we should be in charge. Ooh. And that's the point. That's the reason they're on the island. You have to. It's
no, that sounds
great.
like some sci-fi shit. I like.
It's terrific. It's terrific. It's called
sounds
The Wilds.
like some Wonder Woman shit.
It's great. It's really great.
I'm here for that.
I'm getting into WandaVision.
I have to watch the other two, the newest episodes. I only watched the first episode, and I was weird. It was weird to me. I couldn't get into it.
I hate that y'all have just told me.
Period in the 50s. That already captured me because I like shit like that.
It was cute, but I also was kind of like,
there's a big plot twist.
There is?
So
okay, I gotta
keep watching.
Okay.
Keep
Y'all
watching,
just
and I will
brought
do the
up
same.
like 8 things I didn't watch, so I need to know what
We're gonna
fucking
put this
apps
in the
them
group
shits
chat.
is on.
We're gonna put them
because
in the
I
group
only
chat.
got the 7-day
That's
trial.
Disney Plus.
And a bitch is busy recording 6 pods in a day.
I really wish that more things in life had a 7-day trial, and then I could decide if I want to subscribe or
These
not.
niggas do. I swear to God.
They ain't even get 7 days.
Seven
It's a
day
strong
trial.
night. It's a strong 72 hours.
7-day trial. These motherfuckers.
No, we need more things that need a 7-day trial.
I ain't gonna hold
like
you. I
that.
wish these motherfuckers had 30 because I'm like, I got a lot to watch. Like, I be cooking, and it's like a lot of these shows now you actually have to watch. You know how you used to just be able to leave something on and still catch it?
Like
Yeah.
WandaVision, you have to watch.
You have to
I tried
watch.
to multitask while
No, you can't.
I have to watch.
Well, I put the captions on.
But if I'm doing the dishes, I ain't reading
Right,
and
my back is
listening.
turned, I have to watch it.
I gotta
So if
watch
I'm
it.
watching, like even if I'm not listening necessarily, I'm watching what they're saying, so I'm still kind of present without really speaking. Oh, subtitles. There's a show that I love, and it's called 30 Coins on HBO Max, but it's in Spanish, so it's 30 monedas, and it's really great.
Nope.
Why not?
I don't watch
You don't do
nothing
the
that
stuff-
ain't English.
Okay.
I don't like accents, and I just want to be able to understand that shit.
As she speaks in her accent.
We know how you
I
do.
don't like accents.
I don't. I just need
The
it.
worst.
I need American. But
Yeah, you got to get into all those shows.
I want to get into those. I don't know. I'm glad that we were able to knock this out. I want everyone in New York City to be safe with all of the snow.
Yeah.
With all the snow.
Stay
I
your
hope
ass
you're
at
booed
home.
up.
Right. Stay your ass at home. And if you aren't booed up, you're
Damn,
right
we
hand.
got another 2 weeks before Valentine's Day. Y'all talking about boot up now already?
Just for the blizzard. Shit.
the blizzard.
7-day trial.
I'll be my.
I done
feelings
told
be
my
hurt when y'all
partner,
come
I
out
said, we
boot
been
up every 2
together. I
seconds.
said, I need a real Valentine's Day. I said, New York City opening up on Valentine's Day. You better make the reservation now.
Which is dumb. Can we talk to Governor Cuomo for a second?
oh, shit.
Because you play in the restaurant industry right now. You really should be opening up on Super Bowl fucking Sunday for most of these restaurants and bars, because that's when they make most of their money. You're bugging out. Valentine's Day, you know how many people done broke
And
up
it's
since
2 tops.
quarantine?
It's gonna be mad 2 tops. We want the big parties in the fucking
Like,
place.
you
Y'all
gonna
know I
fill-
was a
you
y'all
gonna-
know I was a server at
You
one
gonna
point
fill
too.
up capacity with 2 tops with dates on
Yeah.
date night with balloons? This is dumb. You should have opened up on Super Bowl weekend, Governor Cuomo, and this feels like a pissing contest
didn't-
between you and de Blasio, and I'm gonna need you to stop.
I mean, it's been a pissing contest. between
It's
the two of them.
dumb.
Is
You
this
are
bars
really
for
dumb.
you? I know.
This bar is for Hugh, but it's not bars for us. There's no bars for us until Valentine's Day.
Damn,
at
and I
all.
want bars,
And
bitch.
I want
want to
bars.
get drunk outside
I want
of my
happy
house.
hour.
All of that. Well, let's go ahead. Y'all want to
We
get out of
getting
here?
outta here.
We getting out of
I
here.
just want to tell everybody, Happy Black History Month, y'all.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh wait, that is right. It's
Hey.
shout out to the
Black
Joe
and
Budden
Black.
Network. Shout out to Girl I Guess Pod, Karen and Ming. Shout out to these 2 ladies next to me, bitch. Y'all see the chemistry. We getting there. We great. We friends. In real life, we talk all week, but then we have to say, wait for the pod.
We do.
Shout out. It is Black History Month. Y'all know your
We
history.
have a lot of surprises too for y'all this month.
We do.
It's
we
gonna be
do.
exciting.
We do. We growing. I'm excited for all of the conversations that we have this month. But also, and this was very bothersome for my mom, but on I forgot what Martin Luther King Day, she let me know she watched all these movies. It was like The Help and the Jackie Robinson
God.
movie.
No,
And-
no.
But I say that to say, if you guys aren't hip on just the history or the treatment of Black people in this fucking country, all of these goddamn streaming platforms,
even gotta watch.
but they have a whole fucking
Open your
row.
eyes.
That too.
Jesus.
That too. But watch
if you
these
watch
movies.
the news, you know what the fuck
Shit.
time
Yeah,
it
but the
is.
24th was something too that we weren't taught in
yeah.
history.
I gotta
a
get
lot
into
of
that.
people don't know the history of. There's a Sam Cooke doc out there. There's the Jackie Robinson movie. Malcolm X. You see him in One Night in Miami, but also the one with Denzel.
Yeah.
like
the 13th.
Learn a
the
lot.
13th is also
That is yes.
is also a necessary watch on Netflix. The 13th, which is about the 13th Amendment. That's Ava DuVernay. Definitely a must see for anybody, not just for Black people, for everybody.
for everybody.
Everyone
Oh yeah,
needs
this
to
ain't
watch
just for
that.
Black people. This for everybody.
Right.
All 2 of you crackers listening. But yeah.
There's more of them, and we
Oh, okay,
appreciate
yeah, we
and
Together,
love you
appreciate
together
guys.
we make one.
We appreciate you right. Well, you all right.
One Ritz cracker.
One
Together
Ritz.
we make one.
One Ritz. All right, well, bye, y'all. Go ahead, subscribe, rate. Okay, there we go.
This is
Let's
our
do
exit
it.
song. We can bring
we
it
out
back.
of here, y'all. We out of here. Liv stay coming through. Y'all follow her SoundCloud for that mix from the beginning.
Hell yeah.
And I'm black, y'all.
Hey,
and I'm
Liv,
black,
Liv,
and I'm black, y'all.
what's your
And I'm
SoundCloud?
black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all.
Olivia
And
dope.
I'm black,
Look.
and I'm black, y'all. Olivia dope. Like, y'all know.
Oh, Olivia, I didn't know. Okay.
Y'all know the motherfucking vibes.
Bye.
See y'all later.
We love you, white people. Some of you, not all of you.